If you're thinking about downsizing your house in your 60s, there is one thing that you are going to have to deal with that is significant and really pervasive in our lives as we get a little older. I want to talk to you about that one thing and share with you my own experiences of downsizing and also give you some very practical advice as to how to deal with this issue that will impact all other areas of your life as well. My name is Margaret Manning. I'm with 60andMe, and I'd like to welcome you here. It's great to have you, especially talking about a topic like this. I know it's so important to women as they get a little older to start downsizing and simplifying their life. Now, our sponsor for today's show is International Living, and International Living is a company focused on helping you retire abroad. If you've got questions, they've got incredible resources available for you. Check out internationalliving.com/60andme, and they'll send you their latest report on how to think about retiring overseas. Now, question about downsizing. Why is it so hard? You know, I know that we spend 60 years accumulating stuff, and every single purchase is precious. I mean, we never buy anything because we don't want it. We want it because we like it, because it says something about ourselves, our family, our environment, our home. And we accumulate these things to kind of build and reinforce an image. And this is a very challenging part of letting go. So once you're ready to make that move and simplify your life, live more with less, you have to do one thing, and that is embrace change. Now, change is the only constant in our lives. It's the only thing that doesn't change. Everything is moving forward all the time. And we deal with the things in our society, in our world. And, you know, we have to apply that to our own personal life as well. Now, the clocks change. Every autumn they change, and we deal with it. You know, we go through changes in our lives. We become a student, and we learn how to deal with that sort of relationship with our education. We get married, we become a wife, a mother, and we deal with that change and all the spectrum of changes, from the physical realities to the subtle internal changes that we have to go through. And then we do things like, you know, we become single, we get divorced, and then again we change. So our life is full of change, and sometimes it happens quite quickly, in which we do have a little bit of a shock and time adjusting. And other times it's kind of just, you know, we blend into it. We just accept it and we embrace it. And I think as we get older, this thing happens to us, that we are less attached to the things that have had significance throughout our life, the milestones, the memories. And we're ready to let them go. My throat is a little funny today, but anyway, I'll keep going. But this is it. I'll change and adapt to my voice not working today. It's all part of the journey. So this article I'm going to refer to is by Sarah Hart. She's one of our bloggers and a really good woman. And she's written a book on downsizing called The Upside of Downsizing. And so she's had a lot of experience with this, and she advises people on how to approach it themselves. So the most important thing, she says, is this concept of change, dealing with it, embracing it, and being open to something new is best achieved if you start with small steps. So instead of saying, oh, I've got to get rid of my books, or I've got to do something about all those pictures, you actually say things to yourself like, okay, I'm going to focus on my books today. And put it in a context that it's comfortable and approachable, and that has value to you. You know, that you can actually see a purpose for doing it. So instead of putting pressure like I've got to get rid of, you say I've got to embrace change in my life, and the fact that I want to reduce the number of books in my collection. And that's, you know, by doing that, by taking that small approach, it makes it infinitely easier to take the bigger steps, like putting them in a bag and taking them to a charity shop. It's really challenging. But, you know, Sarah points out some sort of techniques and life strategies that you can follow. And the obvious one in dealing with change is to not keep introducing things into your life, introducing things that make you feel like you're held back by something you used to be. So, for example, if you always used to buy books, it was part of your ritual, go out on a Saturday, Sunday, and buy books, then, you know, if you have to change that behavior, it's really, it's more challenging. If you spent time putting things away and letting them go, then introducing more into your life just complicates it. So her simple advice is, and probably mine too, is just don't buy new things all the time. You know, when you go into a shop and you see something that is so rhythmic to what you always bought. I mean, I always bought like makeup, for example, or, you know, whatever things, jewelry, paper things. I love paper. So I would always buy notebooks and paper, you know, kits of paper for writing letters and notes and postcards. Now I have to ask myself when I go in those shops, do I really need another notepad? It's beautiful. It's a new design. It's the latest and greatest color. But no, I don't need it. And the other thing that she suggests in terms of getting ready for downsizing is to pretend you're moving. And that maybe will inspire you to not do those impulse purchases, but pretend that you're moving into a smaller place and start thinking about how and where everything would fit. And the third secret is when you're sorting out these items that you want to release into the world, to put them in a bag and don't look inside that bag again. Once you've decided it's going to go either to recycling, charity, or you're going to give it away to someone, don't look back. Don't go down into that bag and start reassessing. Oh, I really should keep that, or maybe I should keep that. Just let it go. If you decided to let it go, it's on its way. And that's the secret, to not go back and keep checking. She says another thing is to know where your things are going makes you feel like you're making more of a contribution, that it's more value to people to know that you're getting a good home in somewhere that it's going to help someone else. Now, I, for example, went through some clothes the other day, and I've been keeping things that I like, you know, but I don't wear. And so I thought this coat could really help someone. It's a nice warm coat, and it's actually not that old, and I just don't wear it. I didn't wear it once last winter. So I'm going to put it in a bag along with some other leggings and things that I decided I just don't want to wear leggings anymore. It's a personal thing. People love leggings, and I used to love leggings, but they're not that complimentary on my body anymore. And I've got some other alternatives now that I prefer. So I'm going to put all that because those are useful to other people and they will love them. So that's another thing, to know that your art is going to a gallery that's going to support a charity, or that your books are going to go to a library. Or to help to a children's library or a school. Knowing where they're going makes all the difference in the world, and it makes it easier. It makes it easier to let go. So I think those are the small steps that Sarah says can be overwhelming, and they shouldn't actually be for you. We really have tried to not buy new things, put things in a bag and don't look back. Find a place where they can go and add value to someone else's life. And, maybe just embrace the fact that it's changing. Your life is changing. Your world is changing. Your children perhaps have gone off to school, to college, to work, to have their own families. You've got extra space now that you don't need all that extra furniture or accessories or home decor. I had like 6 sets of Christmas decorations. I used to do these themed, blue Christmas one year, white another, fruit decorations one year. And I was like, I don't really need all these decorations. I just need some nice, beautiful, sparkly lights for a little tree, or a big tree, but that's all I need. I don't want that abundance, and I'm prepared to change. I'm prepared to embrace change. So I think that's the secret: is keep your attitude to change in focus, and that will help you on the journey to downsizing. And everyone that we talk to in our 60andMe community who has done this, who's gone through a downsizing exercise, will say, this has changed my whole life. It's made it so much easier to move forward into the next big change in your life, which is 70s, 80s, and better than that, and beyond. So I hope this has helped you. I would love you to check out the other articles by Sarah Hart on our website. And also you'll see videos coming up next to this one that are about our downsizing articles and videos. We've done a lot on this subject, and we would love you to explore and be inspired by them. So thanks again for being here, everybody. Hope that you have a fabulous day, whether you're downsizing or not. Embrace the change, enjoy your life, and live joyfully. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye for now.